You guys saw the press conference yesterday with Rafael Devers?
Oh, yeah.
And he used his interpreter, right, to give the answer back in English. But you know that whole thing about, Rafi doesn't want to play first, not a team guy. What's the first thing he says when he goes to San Francisco?
I'll play anywhere.
I'll play anywhere. They make the decisions, not me. So somewhere along this, something gets dragged through the mud. We don't know what's fully true. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we'll have to talk to Nick about Rafael Devers too. Nick Moore, come on the show tomorrow. Allegedly taught him how to speak English. Allegedly, I guess Nick, not good enough.
Not good enough, Nick. Not good enough. But
I would love to talk to Nick tomorrow about Devers too, just like as a teammate.
Oh yeah,
just to get his perspective because they were teammates when Nick was in the minors.
Yeah, and I think though, just to be fair, and I'm seeing some comments. Mouse Talk, I just saw what you said about. Let's see if he's singing the same tune in a few weeks. I think when you go to a place that you feel appreciated and you get out of it, whether things are good or bad all the time, I think, is life always great? No. Right? I don't care if you're getting paid all the money in the world. I know that people can say money, money allows more things. Yeah, you're right. Money does allow you flexibility, and money can lead to feeling less stressed and more relaxed and giving you opportunities to do more. But money doesn't equal happiness, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
The Rafael Devers situation wasn't about money from the Red Sox. It was a pride thing. It was an ego thing. It was then not feeling appreciated, right? And then in this process, whether it's right or wrong, whoever's at fault, well, Devers' name is getting dragged through everywhere. And you know why I'm bringing this up is we're talking about people that know him. David Ortiz made a comment saying Rafi never returned his calls. So a legend in Boston who also, through all the times, it wasn't all great there for David Ortiz, but they stayed together. It was a marriage. They were there for a long time. That's pretty damning when a Red Sox legend says something. But then how about the other side of this? How about another Red Sox legend that came to the defense of Rafael Devers last night on MLB on TBS, Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez? Well, he kind of gave his opinions on the ones that were really trying to bring Rafael Devers down as a teammate. So let's play that clip for you guys.
Initially, when you heard it, Pedro?
I was shocked, just like everybody else. I was shocked because if you try to sell to me, knowing Rafi Devers, that Rafi is a bad teammate or he's not a team player, you're lying. You're going to tell me he's a bad influence in the clubhouse? He's not. Does he want to play every single day? Yes, that's probably why he was mad. Well, the thing got mishandled from the get-go. And I think if I'm Jimmy and I'm Grandy and we have an ex-teammate or a teammate that's not doing things like they should be doing, we pull him aside, all three of us, and we convince him to come into the things that we want to do together. This should have been in the hands of baseball people, not front office people, not leaking it to the media, not having a back and forth between the media and Alex and Sam Kennedy and Breslow. So I think it should have been handled by baseball people, Pedroia, Big Papi.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So Pedro coming to the defense of Rafi and saying, well, first off, he's saying he's a good teammate. Now, again, it's someone else's word versus other reports, right? Because some people were saying the report yesterday, right, Zach, that Devers was mad Christian Campbell was the one that was offering to play first. So whatever it is, you're hearing all these things out there.
Yeah.
But one thing I can definitely agree on in this whole situation, when Boston decided to talk about this publicly in spring training and make the quote, one quote that sticks out to me is Cora going, he's not, we don't want him to pick up a glove. Right? You remember that comment around there? Right? And I think it was Cora that said it.
There were slights up, there
were slights, and it was petty, and it was also in the public. And when you do that, you are asking for criticism. You are asking for the publicity to hit you. And guess what? The media has swarmed this situation.
Look at it from Rafael Devers' aspect. To his fault, I believe as well, went pretty public with, hey, if you guys sign Alex Bregman, like, where the hell is he playing? Because I know my ass ain't moving from third base. So then when you publicly do that, now the Red Sox are publicly signing Alex Bregman against what their star player asked for. So now what's the media do? Hey, Rafi, how do you feel about this? Are you going? And they're trying to pick at it. So like you said, Ryan, if this would have been an internal thing, I don't think it ever gets to this point. If this is internal, if this is like Pedro and is talking about, and this is, oh shit, we got to get some people in here to talk straight to these guys and, get this going and see, have them see what this can be. We're not in this situation, but it was public from the get-go. And the second this stuff goes public, the media is going to, like you said, they're going to swarm. They see blood in the water and they see a story and, they see the lead of, ooh, things aren't going well in Boston. And what do they want to do? They want to find out what's not going well. So then sources start leaking stuff. Quotes start getting out. Quotes start getting asked about at press conferences, and whether no comment or a bad comment is said about it. It spiraled, and then suddenly we went from laughing about this in March going, oh, this is winning fixes everything. This is going to be a story for 2 weeks. Devers is going to get over it. They're going to start winning. They're going to be great. And now here we sit on June 18th talking about how Rafael Devers had 2 hits last night for the San Francisco Giants.
And you know what? He had a great debut. He looked happy to be there.
He did.
And he rakes. You could say he's not a good defensive third baseman anymore, whatever you want to go out there metrically. That's fine. But it does go back to how it's handled, Brad. And in general, when you handle things out of house, once it gets out of the house, the door is wide open. And for Boston, also think about the markets you're in. New York, Boston, LA, those conversations are going to leak even more. Why? Because you're going out there and teams and people and the world are focusing on those big markets. Another reason why people are going to go after it? When it's your best hitter on your team and the face of your franchise. Oh, and by the way, didn't the Red Sox just go and get Garrett Crochet? Yeah. And didn't they just go and sign some players? And didn't people say they were trying to win right now? And you start off that campaign. Oh, yeah, you get Alex Bregman, by the way. We just talked about that during this conversation, right? Once it gets out, Brad, whoever's fault it was can say whatever it is. Boston has no one to blame but themselves for how this ended up getting to where it got to.
I agree. To surmise everything that Zach had said and everything that you have said, I think that this is the difference between good organizations and bad organizations. And I know it's apples and oranges, but when you look at like the Ravens, for example, in the NFL, you don't hear about this shit. And when you do, it's already been handled. And I think that it just speaks to the belief in the organization that you work for, play for, what have you, that we're going to take care of you one way or the other. Hey, we're going to bring in a guy that probably is going to take over your spot, but we're going to let you know about it. And then you get to compete for it. Like, I think that if it would have been handled that way, Devers would still be in Boston. Yeah. I just firmly believe that. It can't be that he just got pissed off because they brought this guy in. No, they brought Bregman in and didn't tell Devers about it and then told him what he was going to be doing rather than like bringing him in on a decision like this, because he is your star player. He was the staple. You didn't sign him for 10 years for nothing. You wanted him to be the face of the franchise. So if you're going to basically rug pull the face of your franchise, then you have, like you said, Rip, have nobody else to blame but yourself. I just don't see how the Red Sox become truly contenders under this type of regime. Something has to change.
Well, and there's other reports saying, because what gets criticized besides then your play on the field? Now they're criticizing how you run your organization, how you are hiring people. Yeah. Hell, how you're firing people. It's one thing after another. You brought up the Ravens and organizations where you don't hear a peep from when things happen. Yeah. For better or for worse, but they handle it internally, do that. Look at the organizations that have had struggle over their run. It's the teams that usually have something going on when you're looking at it. The Cleveland Browns in the NFL, how much distractions have we had outside of the game there, right? Yeah. There's been a lot. They're constantly in the news. New York Jets, a lot of conversations about what's going wrong. When things aren't going right and how things are being handled, people are going to look into what you're doing.